Today I'm going to show you around this Swift Freestyle S4 SB. It's 2021 and it's pretty much as brand new. So the Swift Freestyle S4 SB, it's a dealer special that is based on a Sprite Major S4 SB, but again with a load of extras on there. So we get all sorts of extras like external 230, external barbecue point, external lockers, better alloys, ATC on there. We get other little bits and pieces as we'll sort of point out as we go around. Now these are about 7.54 metres from very front to very back, and maximum weight on this I think is about 1462. Let me just double check that. So yeah, maximum MTPLM is 1462 kilograms, and as it sits here now it's 1306 kilograms. Now this has had a motor mover put on, so there's about 30 kilograms added onto that MRO weight of 1306. So it's probably about 1330, 1335 as it sits here now. So still a real good lightweight van. I'm not going to show you, or I'm not going to tell you what the layout is at the moment, but obviously 7.54 S4 SB, so we're sort of meaning a 4-berth, and then if I tell you what the EB is, you're going to know what it is. SB, not EB. Gas locker at the front, and we're set up for propane on this one. Now again, the gas hoses here can be changed to a butane or a propane, and it's literally just a little screw on pigtail, so you can swap the gas that you want to use on there, but plenty of room for 2 gas bottles and then extra storage either side. It's got the 13-pin electrics, which pretty much all of the newer vans now are going to be set up on, and as I say, the Alco ATC, so the Alco trailer control system, which is going to help with if you get any sway or anything like that. If you've got all 13 pins wired, that is just going to stop the caravan and keep it in a nice straight line for you. It's got the Alco stabilised ditch as well, so that will keep it nice and straight as well for you. We've got the flue for our Truma combi heater, so this is going to be where all of our gases come out from our heating and hot water boiler. Our water pump is just going to plug straight into the side here and then into your Acrol, and then we've got a nice big battery and 230 volt locker there, so about 110 amp leisure battery it will take in that locker, and then our mains just plug straight in as so. Got our fridge vents, all of our wastewater from our sinks and shower is going to come out of there, and then we've got our cassette toilet. So our flush water goes into the top, and then the actual cassette is just below. Just up in the top here we've got a little drain off valve for our flush water, so during the winter and when you're not going to use it, or before you tow, if you filled it right up, you can drain it off with a little black bung right up the top there, and that will just keep it nice and clean and not freeze up during the winter. Let's have a look around the other side. So as mentioned before, being a special edition, it's got lots of extras. I'll get my words out in a minute. Our first little one, we've got the external barbecue point. Now that will come off the gas bottles that are fitted at the front. Got a locker then that goes underneath of our seating, so bits and pieces just a bit easier access. And then we've got an external 230 volt socket, so power out into the awning. You've not got to have cables trailing around. It's literally just plug it straight into there, and that gives you the power. The locker then goes underneath of whatever is the other side of the van here, so again nice easy storage. Spare wheels on these are not fitted on the chassis anymore, so we'll have a look at where that is, and then obviously just our normal alloy wheel. Inside of the van, get some lights on there. Being the 2021, we've got the Swift command system just above the door. It is the proper Swift command system. So I'll run through that, where we've got our water pump on and off. We can put our awning light on and off, our internal lighting, we can put our dimmable lighting on from that one, back to home. Our power, so we've got our indicators there saying about our leisure battery, what our solar panel, again because it's a special edition we get the solar panel fitted on here, so that gives us a reading of what power that is putting into the caravan or onto the battery. And then if we've got our vehicle connected and we've got all 13 pins, that would be then showing up. We have also got the extra little button there that then takes us over to a power setting. Now if we go onto a site and we've only got, say, 6 amps of electric, we can actually set what power that we're going to want to use up to. So we can set on this side our limit of 6 amps, say, and that will just make sure that the caravan then isn't going to use any more than that 6 amps and then keep tripping the electric out. I think normally it's set up to about 13 amps, 16 amps. So if you go to a site that's 16 amps, you can just literally leave it without putting it on. If you go to a site and it's just got a 13 amp supply, again, we can just drop it down to 13 amps, and that will just make sure that you're not going to keep tripping the electrics out on the site. So quite a nice little feature. Back then to our home, we can then control our heating either through this panel here or just through our normal Truma iNet panel. And again, in the description below and probably popping up on the screen there, we have got a little link just to show you how to use this Truma panel as well. And then again, it's exactly the same where we've got our manual, so we'll use it on here. We can set it to use the app, so if you get the little Swift command app on your phone, you can actually control the heating, hot water, lighting and everything through this panel on your phone. And then we've got our water as well, exactly the same as what we control on our panel, and you can set that to the different settings. I've gone one too far there, haven't I? Off. Going back home is just our little home button, and then we've got our settings, so we can set up the time, the date. We can pair up our phone here, so we press that and we go through the little system then to pair up to our phone to use the app. You can then delete the ones that you've already set up, so that would then, if you've got them paired up and you wanted to put a new phone on, you can delete them, and then you can set other little bits and pieces on there. We can then put our radio on, so there's no individual radio on these, it is just through this panel, so you can set that. And then our fridge, again, you can actually control the fridge from here, so you've got auto, so that will automatically select what power setting the caravan is using, and then we can manually select either gas, 12 volt for when we're towing, or 230 volts. Back home, and that just goes back to our beginning screen, which tells us what the temperature inside the caravan, temperature outside the caravan, the humidity, date and time, and then what we're running with our leisure battery and whether our solar panel's working. Now, as I said, on the brand new 2022s, they've actually gone back a step and lost that Swift command system. So being the 2021, you get actually a little bit more tech and spec on this than what the brand new models are. We get these lovely curtains, real nice design they are, and it just adds a little bit of flair to it, I think. Again, all the matching cushions. This front seating makes up into a double bed, so this will pull out and then we can drop our cushions into the back, or they are just about long enough to use as 2 single beds depending on how tall you are. For me, no problem whatsoever. And then at the front here we've got USB sockets, 230 volt sockets, and again, you can have extras fitted in there, so if you wanted more different bits and pieces in there, you can get those fitted as optional extras. We've got our nice lighting along the front and our nice little overhead, and obviously we've got our blinds and fly screens on all of those windows. And then coming back to the kitchen area, again, we've got nice lighting all above the top. I've actually turned that one off now, haven't I? Where's our kitchen one? There, using the wrong switch. And we've got 2 230 volt sockets just in here. We've got a little pop out, so instead of having the cable running through, you can just run the cable through there. Got our microwave. It's a 3 burner hob on these. As I say, it is based on the Sprite Major, so they just came with a 3 burner hob, and then everything else, your grill and your oven, is all gas. Got the fridge, the domestic fridge, and again there's a little fold up unit just on the end there, for just a little bit of extra workspace, so that's just handy if you do need that extra bit of space on there. All of our lighting again over the bed is really nice. We've got our switches and we've got a 230 volt socket there, and then over on the side we've got more 230 and a place for our TV, and then our little locker there to put bits and bobs in. Two wardrobes either side now. One is a little bit bigger than the other, so it can be either his or his, hers or hers, or his and hers, and then you have a big fight who's going to get the bigger locker. And then all of our storage underneath of the bed, and again, as I said, from outside we can put our bits and pieces in from that locker, and instead of now putting the spare wheels underneath of the caravan, they've actually put them inside, so it's a lot easier to get to. It does just take up a little bit of space underneath of that bed, but again I think that's a lot better idea. And again, to make this bed up, during the day it'll slide in, and then overnight you can just literally slide it out and put the little cushion back into place. So that's quite nice, just to give you a little bit more room around here. In the bathroom, our light for the bathroom is just on the side there, and then we've got our normal cassette toilet with our flush. Open up the little trapdoor through into the actual cassette at the bottom, and then again we've got our blown air heating vent in the back there. I can't get my words out today. Nice big washroom. Underneath of this seat at the side here is where all of our 230 volt bits and pieces are. So we've got our main control panel. Again, we'll put a little link up on the screen now. Top right should be coming up how to use all the different bits and pieces on that. All of our fuses, trip switches, our charger on and off, and then our heating and hot water. So if you're going to use your heating and hot water, make sure that one is on, and that will put power through to that Truma iNet system. Drain off for the water is just here, and then as I open this cupboard, we've got a description of what all of our fuses and 230 volt item trip switches are for as well. Real cracking van. It is like brand new, to be honest, this one. So I think the people that have purchased this, they've got a cracking van. Hopefully that has given you a good tour around of where everything is, a brief description on how things work. As I say, in the little tabs that will come up, and even in the description, will be more in depth on each individual thing of how they operate if you need that extra information. If there's anything else, just let us know. Thanks. I'm Mark at the Caravan Place.